Hello, welcome to the home of the Ghost Owl as we continue our High Elf faction focus in Warhammer the Old World. We've completed going through all the units in the High Elf roster and we're now moving on to the magic items. So in two parts, let's take a look at the first set of magic items. So we have the White Sword, the most expensive of the magic weapons. It's got a strength of +3, AP of -2, magical attacks, Monster Slayer, which is good, requires 2 hands, infantry or chariot only, but it does strike last. Yeah, not a fan of strike last weapon. Blade of Leaping Gold, strength is as you use it. It's got AP minus, but magical attacks, armor bane 2, and extra attacks plus D3. I quite like this weapon. Combine this with a potion of strength to boost the strength there. Really quite nice. The armor bane 2 is good because you're already getting the extra attacks. You're putting this on character and you end up with 5 or 6 attacks or something like that. There's a good chance you're going to probably get 6 or maybe even 2 of those to wound, which is going to give you the AP -2. So I think it's a good choice. And certainly if you're going to put it on a character who you're going to be looking at a lot of enemy infantry, you're going to take it into units where that AP doesn't matter so much. You just basically it's the number of attacks you can put down. So yeah, a nice weapon. The Reaver Bow, it's a 30-inch range, strength +1 bow, magical attacks, and counts as a bow of Avalorn. And you fire the number of shots equal to the attack's characteristic with no modifiers for multiple shots. I think if you're going to put this on anyone, maybe you'd put this on a Handmaiden who's going to join a Sister of Avalorn unit. And then you blow the Horn of Isha. You've got the strength +1 plus the +1 to wound. The +1 to hit as well, which is going to be great with that number of shots. So, yeah, I think this could be an interesting one for a Handmaiden. Foe Bane, a strength user, AP minus, magical attacks, 4+ to wound regardless of target toughness. This is actually a nice weapon, and it's one of the cheaper ones. And the reason is that High Elves, in most cases, they're lacking strength, right? They're generally strength 3, at best strength 4 attacks. So having this on a character where he's got a 50-50 chance of wounding any monster is really nice. And again, if you're looking at your prince on a dragon, if you're thinking that maybe you come up against armies that are going to have quite a lot of monsters, instead of the Blade of Leaping Gold giving him all the extra attacks, maybe you give him this one and he's got a good chance of wounding that monster, right? So Foebane, definitely, again, worthy of consideration and on the cheaper end of the magic weapons. Magic armor, you've got the Armor of Caledor. This is a 4+ full plate of armor and a 5+ ward save. That's pretty nice. Yeah, because if you're combining that, again, if you're putting that on a character that's on a barded elven steed, for example, that's a 2+ armor save with a shield and a 5+ ward save. 2+, 5++, pretty nice. Yeah, think to completely change genre, think of Terminators in Warhammer 40k, yeah? So 2+ armor save, 5+ ward save, pretty nice. Dragon Helm, improve armor value by 1 to a maximum of 2+, and 6+ ward save against flaming attacks. Flaming attacks, yeah, as I said, situational, but improving the armor value by 1, that can be pretty nice. But you've got to think about what you're going to put it on because, it's a maximum of 2+. So, a prince with full plate armor, shield, and on a steed with barding, it's going to have no value. So you've got to think about where you want to put this and if it's worth the points. And if it's worth more than, it's not more points than the Armor of Caledor, it's actually less. But, for a few extra points, you could have the Armor of Caledor. Yeah. And then the final one is the Lawmaster's Cloak. So the character and any unit they join gain a 4+ ward save against magic missiles. That can be pretty nice. Because the unit gains this as well. So if you're thinking about maybe putting this on a mage, who you're going to put that mage in a unit of, say, Lothern Sea Guard, 4+ ward save against magic missiles could be very nice indeed. And then the Opal Amulet, a single use, 2+ ward save against a single wound. This can be useful, I think, mainly on characters that are on big mounts, because saving that last wound and staying for another turn on a mount that can do breath attacks like a dragon, or just keep him in when they're worth that many points, could be of value. You know, that could be the deciding factor that at the end of the turn this model is still alive. So definitely worthy of consideration. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end as a quick run through of the first part of the High Elf Realms magic items. Next up, we'll be moving to the second part, covering the remainder of the magic items before moving on to Elven Honours. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Let me know why in the comments down below. Hit the subscribe button. It's free for you to do. It takes a few seconds. The button is below the video. Thank you to everyone that has already done this. You've been watching The Ghost Owl. Tune back in as we take a look at some more High Elf magic items.